Hello, my name is Darcy Bass, and I'm a senior in the Honors Capstone in Social Justice class. Today, I'll be giving you an introduction of the nonprofit organization that I worked with, my personal connection with them, an entire story of my physical capstone project, as well as acknowledging and concluding the work that I've done this year. So the organization I partnered with for my capstone project is the One Love Foundation, which is a nationwide nonprofit with offices in Massachusetts, Maryland, Washington, California, and New York. They strive to educate and empower people through, these are just some of the things that I personally like the best, which are their short films and discussion guides that teach people all about relationship health, as well as identifying things, and then in correlation with that are the 10 identifiable signs of healthy and non-healthy relationships, sports game dedications, which improve the relationships of athletes, as well as so many different leadership opportunities for adolescents, as well as people very passionate about getting involved with relationship health work. So, One Love's mission statement is we empower young people with the tools and resources they need to see the signs of healthy and unhealthy relationships and bring life saving prevention education to their communities. So, One Love was definitely able to teach me that healthy relationships are easily attainable. With the 10 signs provided of healthy and unhealthy relationships, it became second nature for me to recognize my own unhealthy behaviors as well as unhealthy behaviors in other people's relationships and use the healthy signs way more often within my own life. The unhealthy signs include intensity, jealousy, manipulation, isolation, sabotage, belittling, guilting, volatility, betrayal, and deflecting responsibility. And then, as for the healthy signs, which I've tried to become an expert on all of them, definitely are comfortable pace, trust, honesty, independence, respect, equality, kindness, taking responsibility, healthy conflict, and loyalty. So, One Love's target population includes people of all ages, as relationship health can be learned and is useful at any point in one's life. More specifically, though, One Love does have an abundance of resources geared towards the education of healthy relationship behavior in young people. So, all adolescents, students, people in high school. Since the foundation was created in 2010, 1,800,000 people have been reached through an in person workshop, and over 100 million people have been reached through online educational video content. Additionally, 37,000 people have been trained to lead educational workshops, which just expands the circle of relationship health within our communities. As for the programs that One Love provides, all of their educational resources are completely free and can be accessed through their website. Um, like I was saying before, with leadership opportunities, One Love provides leadership and facilitation training to lead relationship health workshops, as well as their discussion guides, animated shorts, and films that portray real life scenarios of unhealthy relationship behavior. And finally, an entire resource library of information regarding relationship health and supplemental resources all through their website. So, as for what led me to partner with this nonprofit, I remember in my junior year health class, we were watching one of One Love's films titled Behind the Post, and I was extremely inspired by the work they were doing because the film portrayed a very real life issue where what was happening in a relationship online was definitely not what was going on behind the post. This is such a real issue in our society today, especially with the amount of adolescents on social media. So I applied to be a teen ambassador and worked in the ambassador program for the rest of my junior year. And when trying to figure out what organization I wanted to work with, I knew that I wanted to partner with One Love as I was extremely passionate about everything that they were doing and everything they stood for. The advocacy for relationship health education drove me to continue this partnership up to finish my capstone project. So over the summer, I had Zoom meetings twice a week. One meeting with Executive Director Tracy Broadhead and another meeting with the West Coast leadership team. During these meetings, I was given an assignment or task to complete that would be used in the future or as information for the next meeting. I also took many notes and tried to keep up with the people that I was meeting with because, like you can see in these quotes here, I was definitely a little bit intimidated by um, just right off the bat getting to work with people who are super high up and in managing positions of the behind the scenes work of a nonprofit. Um, in my first meeting, it was joined by Katie Hood, who is the CEO of One Love, and I was given an assignment to help find a location for the Youth Leadership Summit. I was very surprised they were that excited and eager to already give me tasks to work on, and being given such a big assignment right from the beginning made me feel very comfortable and trusted as I began working with them. For the specific programs I worked on, I assisted in the planning process of the Youth Leadership Summit in August 2022. Although the venues I searched for were not used for the workshop, it taught me a lot about the behind the scenes work of event planning, as well as going with the flow when any mishaps came in the way. The venue had pulled out actually last minute, and with about 2 weeks until the event, I scrambled to search for something I could present to my mentors. Um, this was definitely a great learning experience for me. Additionally, I had also worked on the recruiting process for participants in the summit. I reached out to students in my circle and ended up recruiting 4 participants who had to apply and be accepted into the summit program. Aside from this, I did extensive research on the California Healthy Youth Act, which was adopted in 2016 and requires comprehensive sexual health education in all schools in California, and how the work that One Love does can aid the implementation of the California Healthy Youth Act. Um, as for identifying my capstone project, I had done so much research on the California Healthy Youth Act, and Tracy Broadhead and I discussed how we could make One Love's resources more available to all schools. I remember in a meeting I asked Tracy, how can it be ensured that the sexual health education statewide is actually comprehensive? And these thoughts led to the idea of how the capstone project began. Advocating for One Love to be the primary resource for relationship health education in the state of California. So, my capstone project was basically I planned a trip to Sacramento along with a group of other One Love teen ambassadors, and we met with local and state level officials. Um, in groups of 4 students, we pitched the resources that One Love provides and how it will benefit the implementation of the California Healthy Youth Act statewide. So, my initial idea did get put into motion. Um, this project serves adolescents in the state of California as we advocated to change their relationship health curriculums within all schools. This change would hope to improve relationships of basically every single adolescent in California. I remember specifically in our last pitch meeting with Speaker Anthony Rendon, our group had finally gotten the flow of the conversation down. We were no longer following our notes as a direct script and spoke from the heart, which helped create great and continuous dialogue. Speaker Anthony Rendon was appreciative of the personal stories that my ambassadors and I told, as well as recognizing the importance of the work that we had done thus far. In the meeting with the speaker, Executive Director Tracy Broadhead took over the ask portion and encouraged his vote and proposal of utilizing One Love's resources as part of the California Healthy Youth Act. It was really inspiring and motivating to see Tracy talk with such passion for relationship health, as well as distinguishing why these resources are necessary for preventing relationship abuse. So, my capstone furthers the mission of healthy relationships by informing officials of the problems occurring regularly, regardless of the California Healthy Youth Act. Because there's no way to assess how comprehensive the sexual and relationship health education is taught, One Love's easily accessible and thoroughly detailed curriculums could sustain proper comprehensivity across the board in California schools. This project is definitely sustainable, and as a One Love student ambassador in the Marlborough community, my story and capstone project can be utilized as an example of advocacy work. Additionally, my work benefits the general population of students in California as I dedicated it to beginning the journey of One Love becoming part of the California Healthy Youth Act. Um, and then here are some photos from my capstone project in Sacramento. This photo right under the word capstone there. It's photo taken from directly inside the chambers, and this was a crazy experience to be able to witness. Just, I don't know, I guess seeing like how California politics actually work. Here's a photo of Sophia Pat McKee and I inside of the Capitol building. There's a photo with the entire group outside the Capitol building, and just a cute aesthetic photo of a sunny day that day. So as for my mentors, I had quite a few. I had the opportunity to work with some lovely people with One Love, which really allowed me to receive a well-rounded understanding and hands-on experience of One Love's work. I most regularly worked with West Coast Executive Director Tracy Broadhead and California Youth Leadership Coordinator Melina Solis. Tracy guided me through the entire capstone process as our work together was primarily the what and the why portion of the project. Melina served as the do portion of my capstone project as she gave me the pieces to the puzzle that Tracy and I had been working on together. Additionally, I was mentored by multiple California engagement managers, Liesl Bartley, who is here with us tonight. I had such an amazing experience working with her, and she actually came to my senior night volleyball game, which was amazing. Katie Clancy and Sheridan Riolo, who all helped me with California specific work. With any work that included outreach and opportunities for students, I was able to work with student leadership manager Holly Holtzman. And this photo in the corner here is another photo of all the teen ambassadors inside the Capitol building. Um, as for some of my greatest takeaways, um, this experience taught me that when doing advocacy work, it is more successful to distinguish what the problem is and how your solution could fix it, rather than demanding for change. In all seriousness, the fight for relationship health education is something I am demanding for. However, I was able to have really promising conversations with these officials by speaking calmly and using personal experience, statistics, and persuasive language for my point to come across. This distinguished manner allowed for the officials to respect the importance of my argument. If I had let my passion turn into aggression, the successes of these conversations would have been significantly less. Um, as for lessons that I never could have learned inside of a classroom, it's hard to narrow down with these, but I believe that the most important lesson is that if you truly want something to change, you can do it. Well, not exactly putting your mind to something and it happening instantly, but my capstone project began the journey that was necessary for the California Healthy Youth Act to be properly implemented and impactful for students across California. The capstone class allowed me to explore what problems in our society I am most passionate about fixing. This time last year, when I added social justice capstone to my courses for senior year, I probably wouldn't believe it if you told me that I went to Sacramento and spoke to the Speaker of the California State Assembly and pitched why the work I am passionate about is important. In two words, the lesson I learned from capstone that I would never learn inside a classroom is you can. Um, Now I just like to take some time to acknowledge some lovely people that I worked with. Obviously, Liesel, I'm extremely grateful for all the time that I've been able to meet with you and you to be super supportive of me throughout this process. Um, First, I want to talk about Tracy Broadhead. Tracy and I had so many meetings together throughout my senior year. She saw my hair change from blonde to red. I was able to talk with her really often, aside from the work that I was doing for Capstone. And I'm really grateful about how patient she was with me. I had a lot of scheduling conflicts with volleyball and things like that, but she was always able to get me back on track and just be an extremely amazing mentor. And then next, I wanted to acknowledge Miss Wright, who has been just the best capstone teacher possible. This is a film photo I took on a disposable camera in front of the Capitol building. Um, I just want to say, Miss Wright, you have been such an amazing inspiration to me and really shown me that quite literally anything is possible if you put your mind to it when it comes to work that you are passionate about. Um, and to conclude, these are some ways you can connect with One Love. Their Instagram, obviously, that's the easiest resource. They have all their videos and shorts and whatnot on their website, but on their YouTube, you can access them a little bit quicker, but you don't have the discussion guides. So that's why I always try to plug the website, joinonelove.org. They have so many different programs that you can apply for. And yeah, thank you so much. And I'm extremely grateful that I've gotten to work with One Love for my capstone presentation.